Hey guys, it's Silver. I apologize for the lack of uploads. I've been busy with school and life. It happens. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be better about it. But it is Friday. It is 12 minutes past reset. That means Zer is here. He is on the EDZ at the Winding Cove. So let's take a look and see what he got. We'll start with Warlocks. Or I guess we'll start with the exotics. So he's got Telesto, the Bombardiers, MK44 Standasides, and Winter's Guile. Holy crap, that's a lot of strength on Winter's Guile. If Winter's Guile was good, I'd probably say grab it, but I don't think it is. I can't speak for MK44 because I don't play Titan all that much. Although it does not have that much strength, and I know it's related to shoulder charge, so it could be better, but it does have a lot of intellect. The Bombardiers, 65 with a good amount of mobility, discipline, and decent strength. So personally, I say this isn't too bad of a stat distribution for the Bombardiers. Weapon-wise, the Geon 7, I think that's how it's pronounced, with the SLO-12 post, SL-21 post, extended mag, high cal, grave robber, and swashbuckler. I think with a range masterwork, I think it's okay. Probably something could be better here. These two synergize pretty well for, I guess, average content, but if you're playing something high-end like Grandmasters, say, Grave Robber is probably not your best bet. You want to stay out of melee range. We've got the 7th Serif Revolver with Airhead Break, Hammer Forge, Accurize, Extended Mag, Firmly Planted, and Osmosis with a Reload Masterwork. If you want a 7 Serif, it's not a half bad roll, but really 7 Serif, I'd say look for something with explosive payload. I believe that's what 7 Serif can roll. Skip from me. 9 Hunger with Chamber Compensator, Corkscrew, Appended Mag, Alloy, Zen Moment, and Multi-Kill Clip. I'd say that's a pretty decent roll with a Handling Masterwork. It's not too bad. 600s are decent, I think, in both Crucible and PvE. This is definitely... I mean, really, you could take this either way. I'd say this is more of a PvP roll. Distant Tumulus, Airhead Break, Polygonal. Holy cow, words are hard. Steady Rounds, Flared Magwell, Pulse Monitor, Opening Shot, Handling. It's okay. The rapid fire sniper rifles are not in a very good spot. And this is not going to have a lot of range. So I'd say skip on that one. Wishbringer, Barrel Shroud, Corkscrew Rifling, Extended Mag, Steady Rounds, Field Prep, Opening Shot, and a Range Masterwork. I mean, it could be interesting if, you know, rapid fire shotguns were good. So, Temptation's Hook, Hungry Edge, Enduring Blade, Honed Edge, Heavy Guard, Sword Master's Guard, Relentless Strikes, and Unguard with an Impact. That's not too bad in my opinion. I don't know a whole lot about what's best for caster frames. But I think that's a decent roll. And I know that Bungie would like to make caster frames a little bit stronger. They mentioned it in TWAB, I think right before Season of the Lost started, that they wanted to make caster frames a little bit better. So if you don't have a decent Temptation's Hook, grab it, save it for maybe in the future. A bottom dollar with Chamber Compensator, Extended Barrel, Accurize, Tactical Mag, Pulse Monitor, and Dragonfly with a Stability Masterwork. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the way the bottom dollar feels, so I'm going to say pass, but if you like this roll, go for it. So we're going to be and then we've got legendary armor. So we're on our Warlock right now. So we've got Vigil of Heroes with the 58 pass. That is way too much strength and way too much mobility. I mean, unless that's what you want. But it is just 58. And when I'm looking at Warlock Armor, for example, I use custom stat rolls when you're in dim. So let me pull dim over here so you can see. You go to your settings and you can set custom stat rolls for all your classes. So on my Warlock, I prioritize recovery, discipline, and intellect. And then everything else is kind of what I can get. But those are the stats that I think are the most important on Warlock, so that's what I go with. So you can see that this has a total of 58, but its custom total is only 17. Garbage, in my opinion. So, Vigil of Heroes with the 60. It's got a custom total of 31 between recovery, discipline, intellect. It's okay. Honestly, I don't keep anything that's not a custom total of 35 or higher, so I wouldn't get this. The Bond, the only reason to get this is if you don't have this in your collections and you want it for transmog, which I don't. So at least I don't think I don't, so I might grab it. Vigil of Heroes helmet with a lot of mobility. Personally, I do not care for that much mobility. This one's only got a 31 custom stat total. And it's got a decent amount of discipline. Okay, intellect. Pretty bad recovery. Pass for me. The boots on Warlock have a custom total of 36. Little low on the discipline side for my liking, but it's got good intellect and recovery, a decent amount of discipline, and lowest mobility. So I'd say this is a maybe, depending on what else you got in your vault. For me, I'm not going to pick it up. So let's switch over to Titan. We've already covered this stuff. Let's look at the legendary armor. Vigil, the arm pieces. So just for reference, let's pull up. On my Titan, my stat totals come from recovery and intellect. And then after that, I look for what else is spiky. Just depends on your build. If you want to play a grenade build, then you look for discipline. If you want to play a melee focus build, look for strength. But I don't play a whole lot of Titan, so I wasn't. But these are what I look for custom totals. So on the arms, we've got a custom total of 23 between recovery and intellect. It's got a good amount of intellect. Probably a little bit more mobility than I like, but it's got a decent amount of resilience. I'd say take it. I might grab it. I'd have to look at what else is in my vault. The chest piece is only 57, so I'd probably pass unless you're new to the game and you're just looking for armor. It's got a custom total of 22 between intellect and recovery. It's okay. It's pretty equal across the board. I'd say pass. I might grab that. I kind of like that. Let's look at the helmet. Whoo-hoo, this is sad. 2 intellect and 2 recovery brings us to a custom total of 4. That's a hard pass from me. The boots. Look at that intellect. A custom total of 34 is pretty good between. That's a lot of intellect. Strength is a little bit low. Honestly, I'd like this a lot more if it had 2 mobility and 6 strength. But it is what it is. I'm going to personally grab a pair. So let's switch on over to the Hunter. Alright, so we're over on Hunter. And for reference, on my Hunter... Oh, wrong button. My custom totals come from mobility, recovery, and intellect. Just because... I mean, I don't play a whole lot of Hunter, but I think that's probably the best stats you can look for on Hunter. So let's start with the arm pieces. Total of 60 and a custom total of 25. So, like I said on the Warlock, my Titan's a little bit different because I only have 2 stats that I make my custom total out of. But if you're using a custom total of at least 3 different stats, I'd say look for 35. So, not a whole lot of mobility or intellect. Okay, recovery. Pretty good resilience, but that's a lot of strength. So, I'm going to go with pass on those. Chess piece. Custom total of 60. Or total of 60. I've got a custom total of 28. Pretty good mobility. Decent recovery. Decent discipline. If you're okay with that low intellect, I'd say go for it. I'm personally not going to. There's the cloak, solely for aesthetic purposes in your life. Here's the helmet with a total of 58, kind of sad, and a custom total of 28. It's got an okay custom total, but because of a total of 58, I'm just going to say pass. Oops, I did not mean to buy that, but let's see what it is. 59 with only a custom total of 23. That's kind of sad. That's all Xur's got for us today. If you enjoyed my breakdown of what Xur's got, leave me a like. If you didn't, leave me a dislike. If you want to see more of these every week, let me know. And I will catch you guys next time.